New time, 2010. The Magi, aka the Timekeeper, coming at you with the real reality of truth in the times we're living in.
Peace and blessings to everybody that's listening throughout the whole Wango. You know, today, it being the 22nd of January, if we reflect back to 6 days, that being January the 16th, and it being 24 hours as far as, you know, in one Earth day, and 24 times 6, that equals as far as, you know, 24 hours. And in the scriptures, as far as, you know, in the Tanakh, or the 5 books of Moses, you know, when it talks about as far as in creation, it states that the one in the English translation, the one that says that the Lord created, you know, the heavens and the earth, you know, within a 6-day period.
Right.
Now, as far as, you know, on his level, as far as in thinking how it's been, you know, translated and revealed, you know, a day of the Lord, you know, is 1,000 years as far as you know, and what we see. But it's been, you know, portrayed to us as far as, you know, 6 days, as far as, you know, in a week, you know, on one day, on the 7th day, the Lord rested. But when you look at those 6 days, that's 144 hours.
Right.
Now, when you go into, as far as, you know, into the Revelations, into what is called the Injil, the Gospel, or the New Testament, that correlates, you know, with that book, it speaks about, as far as, you know, 144,000. So, you know, part of what I'm about to get at, and what's about to be, you know, in this opening, because 144 hours ago, on the 16th, that was 36 years to the date when the French released the movie, and it was called, The Clockmaker. And this was released on January the 16th, 1974, which, of course, in 1974, that was the United Nations International Year of World Population. If you look at this scripture, it only speaks of 144,000 people. And you're dealing with, as far as, you know, with a world population.
Right.
So, you know, what I'm getting at is those who are in groups that understand, you know, spiritual, you know, wisdom, when it comes, you know, to those who study the lessons and the teachings that came with the Taifa Islam Kiangozi, Elijah Muhammad, the leader of the Nation of Islam.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have those who study and that branched off from that, such as, you know, the 5% Nation, the Hebrew, you know, Israelite nation. And then you had, you know, those strong soldiers, you know, Huey P. Newton, and those brothers who started, you know, the Black Panther Party. And then you have, you know, amongst, you know, those who understood, you know, the Messiah's name as Yahshua, those, you know, Jewish congregations, and even those, you know, Jewish congregations that started before the noble Jew Ali set up the Moorish Science Temple. They were, you know, Hebrew congregations that chose to separate themselves from, you know, the watered down Christian version of information, you know, that has been taught to us. And then you have, you know, the groups, you know, when I first started, you know, getting enlightened, this brother, you know, he went by the name, you know, Imam Isa.
Right.
But now, you know, he and other serious individuals with serious brain power, it's controversial no matter how you want to look at them, they have serious brain power, and him and there are other serious individuals, you know, some of them deserve to be there, but some of them really don't deserve to be there, but they locked down at Apex in Colorado, which is the most serious prison in the whole United States.
Right.
But what's about to go down right now, when you see, you know, what went down with our brothers and sisters in Haiti, you know, which of course, you know, is an actual name as far as the original people, the Arawak who lived there, which was the title, you know, as far as for the mountains.
Right.
You know, that were there. But what's going on right now is that's just the beginning of the sorrows, because, you know, with the serious technology that is out there right now, and, you know, the wicked scientists of this world, and how they get down, You know, one of the things that, you know, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, what he stated at this last day in time, that there was going to be a decisive battle in the sky. And you got to look at that, a decisive battle in the sky.
Right.
And you look at, you know, America and who they're interrelated and intercorrelated with, as far as, you know, with Great Britain. I mean, that's like, you know, that's like their sister. You know, and how the Earth is as far as to Venus, and how Venus is to the Earth. That's how Great Britain is to England. I'm sorry, that's how Great Britain is to America.
Right.
And America is to Great Britain. And that's how we should be as far as, you know, with, actually that's how America should have been as far as, you know, with Haiti. They try to act that way right now. But you got to question as far as, you know, what's your motive as far as for actually, you know, going into Haiti. Because on April 21st, August 21st, 1934,
right.
That's when America had actually left Haiti, because it's not the first time America's been in Haiti. And when the president of Haiti, Aristide, when he was being in power, being removed from power, being in power, being removed from power, being in power, being removed from power, that's all ritual. And the problems that were going on in Haiti before, it's all ritual. And what went on the 12th, that day, on January, unfortunately, it was all ritual. Because when you look at the 12th of January, and you go back 144 days, guess what you come to? August the 21st. And that's when America was in Haiti last.
Yeah.
So, you know, I believe I'm being guided to and directed to, as far as to break down, is that majority of what's going on right now throughout the world, currently now, past, present, and in the future, the majority of us are manipulated. And I'm going to tie in, you know, my works into what this brother, you know, his previous works, when he was looking at, you know, those biological, you know, experiments. A lot of what's going on is experiments, man, to see how people react, to see how people respond. It's like, you know, with our great, you know, Christian brother, you know, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. You know, when he was taken out, when he was assassinated, you know, that was a ritual.
Right.
And not only as far as the date, but actually the place, Memphis, Tennessee. And I want you to remember that, because Memphis, Tennessee, that's actually, you know, right as far as, you know, it's actually on a fault line as far as, you know, in the United States of America. And in Winston-Salem, where, you know, this brother, when he was talking about, you know, the Research Triangle, you know, just a few years back, you could feel a little vibration. There was earthquakes that were there. And there's actually, they say, thousands and thousands, you know, of earthquakes, you know, that happen, you know, constantly, you know, every day. But just as far as, you know, the vibrations, you know, are so small that you don't necessarily, as far as, you know, feel them. But 76 years ago, as far as in 1934, that's when they started to develop, as far as, you know, the seismograph.
Right.
So, you know, with us, especially if this reaches people who are caught down, you know, with outcast, you know, state as far as, you know, in the mainstream. Understand that the people who are bringing you the news, such as, you know, Barbara Walters, Katie Kern, you know, all these individuals that have been bringing the news as far as for years.
Right.
These people are given, you know, a script.
Yeah, orders.
They're like, unfortunately, I have to say this, they may be great people and good people, but unfortunately, they're like the actors as far as in Hollywood.
That's why journalism right now, if you speak true journalism, you get fired.
That's true. That's why, you know, like I said, they're like actors.
Yeah, they are.
In the movie, they're given a script. Here, act this out, and we'll
say
pay
this.
you. But the real person is the director.
And it runs shot on all Jewish media.
The director and the producer. So, you know, all those who we question as far as, you know, like the presidents and senators and all them, we're going to get to them.
And before we end that segment, we need to line up, since that was January the 12th of the Haiti. If you go back a couple of years ago, September 11th was the day before Was the September 11 was the experiment in New York City, the 9/11, and then like what? New Orleans was what on the 11th too, wasn't it? Or the 11th or the 12th?
No, that was in August.
Yeah, August. So you got all this stuff lined up with numbers. Something about that 12 and that 11. We need to do the math.
Yeah, we all gonna line it up.
Peace.
We're gonna hit that in another segment.